Hi, so good afternoon. We're here on Sullivan Drive in Fall River. My name is Dave Dennis. I'm president of Creative Arts Network, Incorporated here in the city. I'm very pleased to welcome the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Coogan, all the guys from community maintenance here in the city of Fall River, People Inc., and Fall River Municipal Credit Union. Also, some of our partners in the Hydrangea project are Battleship Cove, Mass Department of Transportation, Mass Coastal Railroad, and of course the city of Fall River. So the intent many years ago, going back probably about 8 years ago, Creative Arts Network identified this space as one of the very few public and open spaces here in downtown Fall River. And it needed some attention. We came up with the Hydrangea project about 2 years ago, and I'm going to let Mal Condon and Dave LaLima talk to you a little bit about that in a minute. But the idea was that we were looking for something to unify the downtown and the waterfront. Dave and Mal came up with an idea that we would begin to plant hydrangeas, which of course is one of the most ubiquitous plants in the Azores. And of course we have a very strong Azorean Portuguese population here in the city of Fall River. So that project has been going on for 2 years. We've planted, as you can see, if you look behind me, you'll see a number of hydrangeas planted here on Sullivan Drive, also on the waterfront, Fall River Municipal Credit Union, and several areas around the city, including Government Center. What I'd like to do right now is introduce Dave LaLima from the Westport Trail. Dave?
Hello, I'm David LaLima, and this is a very enlightening and gratifying experience. It was an idea that I got coming from the Azores to see how many hydrangeas were there, and I thought we could help connect the city with its Azorean background. Thanks to the initiative and insight of David and Sandy Dennis, connecting me with Peoples Incorporated, which was willing to fund this project, and with the help and expertise of Mal Condon, who is the director of the Heritage Experimental Hydrangea Gardens. We created this project with something called Pots and Pots, where we took these particular hydrangeas called macrophyllus, which are sensitive to the cold weather. We took them out, we used them, we put them over at a nursery over on Stephen Street, Aubernache Nursery. They let us store these hydrangeas over there, and with the help of David Lavoie and others from the city, we go over and pick them up in the spring. We bring them back over here in the summer, then we bring them back over in the fall. We prune them. It's a lot of work, but this is the flower of the Azores. So we thought it was important. There are other hydrangeas, and Mal may talk about them, but this particular hydrangea is specific to the Azores. So we thought it was a good way to connect the city to its back culture. And I would finally say this is just an exercise, an example of how you can hopefully through landscaping connect a community and create civic pride in what's happening in the city. So just have to look at these plants to realize something nice is happening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Mal, you want to come up, say a few words?
I will. Thank you. Thank you. Can you see me okay? Good. Anyway, pleasure to be here. I've been involved since the beginning with David, and I'm a hydrangea grower by profession for many, many years. I'm somewhat retired these days. I'm curator of hydrangeas at Heritage Museums and Gardens in Sandwich, Mass. Anyway, I thought the project here was really very interesting. I've been to the Azores, visited 3 of the islands, and needless to say, the one species that grows there, and it's the only species that grows in the Azores, is Hydrangea macrophylla, and that's the one we all love. Counts to 80% of the 20+ million hydrangeas produced annually in the US of A. But it's also the poorest in terms of cold hardiness. So what we've tried to do, and David made a little explanation of it, we're trying to grow the macrophyllus here that you see around here, pot in a pot. And the reason is we're trying to duplicate the Azores winters. In other words, we take the plants out, they're stored in a greenhouse, no heat, but you got to keep them out of direct weather. And we've had so-so success. We're still learning in terms of the best techniques to do it. But I think it's a great project here because so many of you are Azorean descent, and they are fabulous in the Azores. I've been around the world for hydrangeas. 40 years I've been at it. They grow better there than anywhere else on earth. So we're trying to make a little piece of that come here to Fall River. So we're going to continue with it. It's a great project for you here. It's a great project, and I'm glad it's already had the support it has. Anyway, I'll be with you to see it through. Take care. Pleasure to be here today.
Thank you, Mal. I'll just give you a little more background in the history that with Creative Arts Network and Sullivan Drive. Creative Arts Network has been working with the planning department here in the city of Fall River for about the last 6 years when they received a mass development grant, and we turned this into a outdoor classroom. Since that first grant, much of the work on 2nd Street has been done through the planning department, and CAN continues to collaborate and has a lot more exciting ideas on how to transform this open public space. So with that, I'd like to introduce one of our very important partners, People Inc., Pete Daly.
Hey, thanks very much, David, and thanks to David and Sandy for really getting the project off the ground and for asking us to be a partner as an agency. People Incorporated offers a lot of services as a human services agency, but this really shows the extent of what the capability of People Incorporated is, and we really want to recognize the volunteers from People Incorporated who've put in the effort to help not only plant the hydrangeas but maintain them as the season goes on. So these people behind me really do a lot of the hard work and literally get their hands dirty. And I do it sometimes, but not nearly so much as they. So we're happy to be a downtown neighborhood partner, and this really kind of helps solidify our pleasure as being a partner in the downtown neighborhood. So thank you to everyone involved.
Thanks, Pete. And certainly, last but not least, perhaps our most important partner, the Mayor of the City of Fall River, Paul Coogan. Mr. Mayor?
Okay, this is another great project going on in the city of Fall River. I want to obviously thank Dave and Sandy, People Incorporated, Dave DeLima and Mel, the guys that come out here and do the actual work, and hopefully they know what they're saying. But I have a great proclamation today that I want to make sure I give to the Dennises. Who's going to take it? You, Dave? Okay, I guess you're taking it. So, whereas one of the distinct attributes of Fall River is the long, rich history of the Azorean culture and our close ties to Portugal, a group of volunteers met to start the conversation of a hydrangea beautification program in Fall River. These areas are particularly important now that the Massachusetts Cultural Council voted to approve the Commonwealth's 50th designated cultural district on the waterfront in Fall River. And whereas a clean, attractive city is an asset for economic development, it improves the quality of life in Fall River and enhances the experience of our visitors. So I hereby proclaim today Hydrangea Day in the city of Fall River.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate it.
Very nice. This is great work. This place looks absolutely spectacular. Take a walk down Old 2nd Street and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So in closing, let me just read a quick quote from the Boston Globe, which appeared several weeks ago. And the quote goes like this: "High prices come with expectations in today's world, in which vacation photos are part of your own personal marketing campaign. Must-haves now include hydrangeas, or vegetation that will pop on Instagram." And this is from Joanne Logan, founder and president of New England Vacation Rentals, a vacation rental and property management in the city. So we're ready with the hydrangeas, we're ready for vacations, we're ready for arts, culture, and tourism here in the city of Fall River. Thank you all. We appreciate you being here. Ms. Mayor Coogan, we especially appreciate you being here and the participation and the support from the city of Fall River and the great guys from Community Maintenance and also, of course, from People Inc. Thank you very much.